to.
I'm Tamara.
Ah! That was loud. Sorry.
I'm Tamara.
I'm Rell.
And this is Fearful Friends Podcast.
Boo-doo-doo-doo.
I don't think we ever addressed the new music.
No, I'm sorry about that. I was under a lot of pressure. I couldn't find the old song anywhere. I don't have your laptop. It was a whole thing, so I just had to make an executive decision and pick a song. And I had Matt listen to like 2 different ones, and I was like, is this too children's Halloween?
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, no, it's fine. But now every time I listen to it, I'm like, this sounds like it's going to be on like the beginning of an episode of fucking a Halloween special Charlie Brown.
No, I think it's good. Hopefully I can get my computer back working and it's actually just the charger and not the computer.
Did you order a charger?
No.
Maybe one day.
I'm never confident in the charger.
What do you mean?
Like, if I go onto their website, the charger's like $76. So if I go onto Amazon to get like a generic one, even though it says it works, I'm like,
just get the cheap one. And if it doesn't work, then return it.
it's like, you don't know me.
I mean, they make it easier than ever to return things to Amazon. You don't even have to box it back up.
Where do I bring it?
Like, I used to bring mine to like any UPS store. You can literally just like pick one on the app and you can bring it there and you just drop it off.
Okay. Maybe.
They give you like a QR code or whatever to scan for the return, and that's it.
Okay.
And they also have like different stores have like I think like Amazon returns things like I want to say the place that I used to work when I had my 2 jobs at the same time.
Oh, okay.
I want to say they have one too now. And I'm like, that's the weirdest thing ever, but whatever.
I don't even remember what it's called.
Wow. That was Tamara's boob hitting the microphone.
Oh,
again.
sorry. Was that loud?
Yes.
I'm not-
that's right. You don't have headphones on, so you can't hear.
My ear hurts. I think I have an ear infection.
Well, I'll let you know if I hear anything wonky.
Will you look in my ear?
No. It looks red.
Oh.
Just the top. That's why I thought,
Up
but the
here?
other one looks red too.
No.
So I guess that's normal.
So, how's your life?
It's fine.
Okay.
I've got inventory at work tomorrow. That should be fucking fun. It's our redo from when they screwed up last month so terribly that we had to cancel it. And I went to Epcot last weekend for the first time ever.
Oh my God.
It was fun.
It's hot.
It actually surprisingly, I mean, like, there were times when I was like, oh, can we please get out of the sun? But it wasn't that bad, and I didn't even get sunburned. And it's not like it was overcast or anything. It just wasn't that bad. There was, like, a really nice breeze.
Better you than me, because I will not ever go anywhere near Disney or any theme park for that matter.
Yeah.
Unless it's, like, November, December, January, or February. Those are the only 4 months I'm ever going back again.
Season in Florida. And, like, I am not. If, like, when we went in, you know how I feel about big crowds. You know, I don't fucking like it, and it stresses me out to the point where, like, I make myself sick just thinking about people and being in a crowd. And that's what I was worried about the whole time. And, like, it really wasn't bad. Like, It was busy for me, but it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. Like, I thought it was going to be elbow to elbow. And they're just like, oh, no, this isn't busy at all. Like, you should see it in season. It is elbow to elbow. And I'm like, fuck that.
Last time I went, I think, was in March or April. Wasn't that bad.
I can't do it. Well, even out of season, like, we didn't
I
even
did
go
not
on
get to
any
go on
rides.
Ratatouille, though.
Yeah, we didn't get to go on any rides because they were all 80 minutes or more for wait times.
I did all the rides. But we were also, like, you know.
We just were
download
drinking.
the app, set all your times right at midnight the night before. Like,
oh, yeah.
Like, we were, like.
I did read this one blog, and it was just, like, it had, like, the best way to see everything in the park. But, like, you had to stay at one of the resorts so that you could get early entry and stuff like that, which we didn't do. We didn't even get there till, like, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So, whatever.
So you didn't get to go on the Anna and Elsa ride?
No, and I probably wouldn't have done it anyway.
I
was going to go on that little, like, boat ride in Mexico, but
oh, that one.
it was like the line was like wrapped outside the whole fucking place. I mean, it was ridiculous.
It's like a restaurant and a little
there's
store
2
inside.
restaurants in there. So we went inside the little Mayan temple or whatever, but it was so packed in there. And like, yeah, the line for the ride was insane. So we just like walked around the store and then left. Got a margarita.
Did you get to go on the globe ride? The big.
We went inside the golf ball.
You
yes.
Did. I love that one.
Yeah, that was like the first thing we did. And I was just like, oh, this line's going to be awful. We were like in and out in 10 minutes. It was like the only ride that just like, it's always moving.
Yeah.
And then like, as we were coming down, you know, like you flip around backwards and you're like coming back down, like the thing kept stopping and they were just like, oh, you know, your ride back to Earth will be restarting in just a moment, blah, blah, blah. And I could hear my, my brother's fiance going, I'm sorry, Rell. And I'm like, what's going on? And she's just like, this doesn't normally happen. I'm sorry, your first time and it broke down. I'm like, it broke down? Why would you tell me that? I just thought it was part of the ride. And it happened like 3 times.
I feel like the rides always do that.
Okay. She's just like, well, her parents work at Disney. And so they go all the time. She's just like, that's never happened before. And I'm like, it happened 3 times. Oh my God. What if we were at the top of the ball?
I feel like that always happens. And in fact, it happened to me once on Space Mountain.
Oh, that's so scary. Yeah. But yeah, it was so fun.
Did you get to go on like the planting, like
I
the
went on no
one?
other rides.
Oh my God,
No.
you would have loved
We
the
didn't even
gardening
make
one.
it to that side of the park. Like we went on that golf ball thing and then we just started going through the countries. We hit like Mexico, Japan, Germany, China, and then we went to an English pub and like I think that's it. And then we stopped to listen to some music because my brother's wedding band is playing there and they wanted to listen to it in person. But yeah, that's what we did.
Wow. Next time you have to go on like, I don't remember what it's called, like Farming with the Earth or something.
I remember seeing it on one of the things that was like a must see.
It's just like a chill ride. I think that's why I like Epcot, because it's just like,
it's very chill.
Yeah.
I was like hoping that there would be like something exciting there to do, like a thrill ride, you know, leave all the boys and me and the girls can go on the ride. None of the boys in my family will ride rides. Nobody.
Men are bitches.
I don't understand it.
Yeah.
But like all the women in my family are just like, oh yeah, and we all just go on together. Fuck them. Y'all can stay back and hold our purses.
Epcot has Test Track, right?
Yes.
I think that's the only
But it's down until 2025.
Yeah, me too.
So yeah, that one's down until 2025. And then there was another one that they really wanted to go on, like Guardians of the Galaxy or something. They really wanted to go on it. But you can only ride it by like booking ahead on
My Disney.
Yeah, something like that. It's like a online queue or something. And she said it was already full up for the day. And I was like, okay. I don't know. Whatever. I was just glad to be there. I made Matt promise not to buy me fucking ears, and he did anyway. I was so mad at him. And he won't tell me how much they are. So how much are Disney ears?
I think like $18.
Okay, that's not that bad.
I'm lying to her.
You bitch. Are they stupid expensive?
I have no idea.
Like, I'll be really mad.
Like, I have no idea.
Something that I will maybe wear once every 5 years.
Which ones did you get?
The Day of the Dead ones.
We got the Sally ones.
Oh,
they're really cute.
That's cute. I didn't see anything Nightmare Before Christmas there. Are you talking Sally from Nightmare Before Christmas?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't see any of that there. Was that just like a Halloween special?
No, it was in one of the like
The
really
big stores?
really big ones.
Okay.
Yeah.
Never mind. I didn't go in there. I think Matt got mine back in Mexico. What?
I was like, in Mexico? What?
We went to Mexico.
It took me a minute. Although, that restaurant in Mexico, the one that's like on the water, that one's really good. I am really on like a Mexican food kick, so.
It's because you're pregnant.
I know. I think I'm going to have like my little like baby sprinkle as like a brunch at a.
What the fuck is a baby sprinkle?
You know, it's like your baby shower before your second one. But like, I haven't had a kid in 8 years.
Well, Rich didn't he keep all your shit in the attic?
Mm-hmm. Most of it, yeah.
So what do you need still? Are you going to make like a list?
Yeah, I already started
Sorry,
a registry.
that was gross.
Just really depends on if I have a boy or a girl. But I saw that high chair that you got me when I had M.
Ew, I bet there's just so much old food on it.
No, they're like plastic. You just shh. You put them in the dishwasher.
Oh, that's nice. Well, good. Yeah. So, I don't know. Definitely make a new baby registry. Oh, I hope.
Actually, I have 2.
I hope your mother-in-law throws you another thing. Oh, your first baby shower was like diamond and glitter everywhere.
I know. That's why I'm like, let's just go somewhere.
Let's
We're gonna
go
have
to
a brunch.
Pizza
We're not
Hut.
gonna like. Hey, I'm classy. We're gonna have it at Chuck E. Cheese.
Who wants Subway?
Are there too many mouth sounds going on? Because
A little bit, but I think I can work around it.
Okay, I'm like needing to eat something.
I don't even know what's in your mouth. Are you just
goldfish?
You're just sucking on goldfish? Why
What?
did I just say it like that? Goldfish?
I'm trying not to like chew in the mic.
She looks like she has a jawbreaker in her mouth. She's just sucking on them out of one cheek.
You know what I did? The other day, my favorite taco truck was in my neighborhood.
Oh, yes. You've mentioned the taco truck to me.
I like,
It was pretty dope when you brought it over.
yeah, I love it. Anyway, so I was so happy. I had just gotten off work and I was like, "Ugh, God knew I needed this." So I order my food and then I go to pay and their like card reader is not working and they're like trying to log out and log back in and they're just like, they can't connect. So she's like trying it for like 5 minutes and then my food's done and it's just like sitting there and I'm the only person.
Getting
like
cold.
they had like just gotten there and she's like, "Do you have any cash?" And I'm like, "No." And she's like, "Okay." And I'm like, she's like, then she keeps just trying and she's like making phone calls or like, "We can't get this thing logged in." And I'm like, oh my God,
I'm not going to get my tacos.
fucking food. And you can like smell it and it's just so.
What a tease. I hope she gave it to you for free.
Well, she gave me my card back and I was like, all right. And I like go and sit in my car and I'm crying because I'm
You cried?
pregnant.
Oh my God, Tamara.
My food was right there. Like,
Why would they tease you? She really didn't send you out with your food?
yeah.
What
and
okay.
so
What a bitch.
I walk back around and I'm like, "Can you just keep my food and I'll go to the ATM?" And she's like, "Here, just take it." And I was like, I just got my food.
I hope you went over there with like the red puffy eyes. Like, please, please.
I look like
She's
I'm
like,
crying all
you
the time
need this
anyway."
more than I do.
Then I got my favorite taco place for free.
That's good. All you had to do was cry to get it.
Yeah.
Oh,
I love that
you know,
place.
good things come to those who wait in their car.
And cry. Yeah, I did
think-
cry over tacos.
Yeah, I mean, I probably would have too.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, I cry about everything.
Okay.
Sometimes I cry about not knowing what I want to eat. Why is everything so hard? Why can't anyone make this choice for me?
Well, Rell,
Do you have a story
I do.
to tell me today?
So, I did a story that we all know very, very well.
Is Star Wars?
Absolutely not. I couldn't tell you one thing about Star Wars.
Splendorman? Splendorman?
Splendorman.
Splendorman. The sweet Splendorman.
So, this story, it like takes up rent in my brain. I think about it all the time.
Phantom of the Opera.
No, can you make better guesses? My story is on the Watcher House.
Oh, I love this story. Sorry, I probably just blew everyone's ears out.
Love this story. And it's just like,
I love this. Did you watch
Always in my
the
brain.
Netflix series?
yes.
Fucking loved it.
On June 2nd, 2014, Maria and Derek Broaddus purchased their dream home, a historic Gilded Age shingle-style house built in 1905. How?
Gush.
What is gush? What was that a sound effect
like-
for? Okay. Okay.
Like, coming.
Oh, okay.
I'm coming.
No, but like for real, I love old houses like
I'm
that.
actually looking up this house because I forgot.
I just love a house with like character that's not just like cookie cutter.
Yes. Oh, God, she's so pretty.
Yeah.
Oh, it kind of looks like the Amityville Horror House.
It does,
A
yeah.
little bit. Ugh. And even the name of the street. 657 Boulevard.
I know.
But is it Boulevard?
Yeah, it's weird.
No, it's just Boulevard.
So they purchased this home for $1.3 million doll hairs, which
Just gonna let that roll.
Okay. I feel like it's not a lot of money. I don't know.
I'm gonna punch you. You feel like it's not a lot of money?
Just like,
You mean for the area?
like yeah, like, I know, not for the area. Just like, I don't know. I'm clearly jaded by living in this fucking area that I'm like, okay, there's like,
I don't know. My house was like a tenth of that.
I know,
right?
but like, there are literally homes in my neighborhood that are selling for $1 million, and I'm like, you can piss out the window to the neighbor. Like, this is stupid.
I would never.
What is stopping us from
Are you gonna? My eye started twitching. Sorry.
buying some land?
Are we doing this again with the
Why?
Arby's?
There's no Arby's unless you want to open an Arby's. I saw one yesterday, and it had like, you know, those like
An Arby's?
no, God, no. I don't even like Arby's. You know those like hydroponic, like half circle, like farming things? It's like the
You
inside.
mean a greenhouse?
Yeah, like the white ones. That are
Yeah.
like, so it had one of those, and it was like the outside was all brand new. And then it had like a little like fruit stand out in front by the road. And it was just, I was like, ugh. And it was 8 acres. And I'm like, come on.
Are you gonna farm?
No, you are.
You just complained about like having to do the most menial thing outside. You just complained about going to Disney.
You're the farmer.
Well, all my shit's dying outside. I'm pretty sure my tomatoes have blight, and it's not okay. So I don't know how I would do, but my peas are looking great.
Okay. See?
So you want to eat some peas? That's all I got.
No.
Great.
But seriously, like, oh, they're like $89,000.
I mean,
Let's split that mortgage
I cannot
like 3
afford
ways.
that. I have my own mortgage, friend.
No, you're selling this house and we're moving.
Oh, I'm selling my house now?
Yes.
Okay.
And we're moving
Where are we going to live?
on the property.
In the greenhouse?
No, you just pull an RV up until it's not that much.
I live in an RV.
The place already has electric running to it, so it's not going to be that much harder to get the electric there. And then we just have to, if we want to have a permanent houses on there, they just have
You're going to build a
the
house?
The plumbing. I'm not building a house. I'm getting like a prefab house. Come
Like
on.
a manufactured home?
Yes.
I'm not doing that in Florida.
It's not in Florida. It's in like wherever.
You would leave Florida? Okay, I'm listening.
I can't afford this place.
I can't either, and I hate the weather.
Like, for that price, me and Rich could just like work part-time.
I could just like sell my feet and then
Sell your feet.
yeah.
Like pictures of your feet, or you
Yes.
cutting them off?
Well, I could do sexual favors with them. It's just my feet. It's not cheating.
I know.
There's no emotional connection at all.
No.
If anything, I'm just grossed out the whole time. Oh, no. Sorry, she just bit my toe. She was just very mad. I wouldn't do sexual favors to you. That's bestiality. And you lick my toes all the time anyways. I should be charging you. Mm-hmm. My dog, everyone.
Just waiting for that. No, like, why are we here? It's not like I like going to the beach that much.
Actually, I can't even remember the last time I went to the beach. Probably my anniversary 2 years ago.
Rich hates the beach. Like, hates the beach.
It makes you wonder why he moved to Florida.
His parents brought him. Yeah, he didn't have much say.
Same.
Yeah.
But then, like, I met people and I had to stay
Yeah, he just had to
Tamara.
fall in love.
with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I said. Okay, I don't remember where we were at. Anyway.
Like, literally the first sentence. I don't know what happened.
the price. We were talking about the price.
1.3 million.
So, apparently,
allegedly.
when I look at pictures of this house, it doesn't look big. Even when I look at, like, the Google Earth image above, it does not look this big. But apparently,
it's beautiful.
it had 6 bedrooms, 7 bathrooms, a gym, a pool, a movie room,
Oh, wow.
and 6 fireplaces. I don't
There's
even
probably
see
a fireplace in each room.
I don't even see a pool. Like,
And it's probably an indoor pool.
Just it does not look that big. Whatever.
Okay.
So the house is located at 657 Boulevard in
Boulevard. You have to say it that way.
Westfield, New Jersey.
Okay.
It's in New Jersey, so you have to say it different.
Oh, my neck. Oh. Okay. Boulevard.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh, was that right?
I don't know. A very safe and affluent neighborhood.
Okay.
Maria actually grew up in this neighborhood, and her parents lived only minutes away.
Okay.
The family was very excited to begin working on their home so they could move in, but they planned to renovate a large majority of the house first. The day after they closed on the sale, contractors began working on the property. So that was quick. 3 days after the purchase, Derek was at the house alone late into the night, painting and going over plans, when he checked the mailbox and found a letter addressed to, quote, the new owner. Here are some quotes from the letter. So, like, I don't know if I mention it somewhere else in here, but, like, they don't ever release the whole letter to the public.
Oh, really?
Like, any of them.
Really?
Yes.
I could have sworn I saw the whole letter somewhere.
Dearest new neighbor at 657 Boulevard.
Boulevard.
Thank you. Allow me to welcome you to the neighborhood. How did you end up here? Did 657... You're supposed
Boulevard. Sorry, I have chills. I know it's coming.
Did 657 Boulevard call to you?
Why does that fucking creep me out so much?
With its force within? 657 Boulevard has been the subject of my family for decades now. And as it approaches its 110th birthday, I have been put in charge of watching and waiting for its second rising.
I'm just covered in goosebumps.
My grandfather watched the house in the 1920s, and my father watched it in the 1960s. It is now my time. Do you know the history of the house? Do you know what lies within the walls of 657
Boulevard?
Why are you here?
I thought you were going to say, why are you saying that?
I will find out. I see already that you have flooded 657 Boulevard with contractors so that they can destroy the house as it was supposed to be. Tisk, tisk, tisk. Bad move. You don't want to make 657
Boulevard
unhappy. Okay. You have children. I have seen them. So far, I think there are 3 that I have counted. Are there more on the way? I ask the Woods to bring me young blood. The Woods are the family that owned the house before.
Oh.
They bought the house from the Woods.
Why did... Oh. Sorry. I just assumed it was like the forest.
I asked the Forest.
Like they were like a witch or something.
Right? I asked the Woods to bring me young blood, and it looks like they listened.
Oh my God.
Better for me. Was your old house too small for the growing family? Or was it greed to bring me your children? Once I know their names, I will call to them and draw them to me. Who am I? There are hundreds and hundreds of cars that drive by 657 Boulevard each day. That's a busy street. That's a busy street.
Boulevard.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Maybe
That
I
is
am
a busy
one.
street for like an affluent neighborhood.
Yeah. Look at all the windows you can see from 657.
Boulevard.
Maybe I am in one. Look out the many windows in 657.
Boulevard. He's like obsessed with the full address.
I know.
What a weirdo.
At all the people who stroll by each day. Maybe I am one. Welcome, my friends. Welcome. Let the party begin.
Ooh.
And it's signed The Watcher. The end of the letter where the Watcher, signed.
Signs.
He didn't actually sign it. It's typed with a cursive font.
Oh, okay.
Which makes me think it's a woman.
Why do you say that?
I don't know. I can't see a man
A man.
like thinking to do that.
What?
But like
write a nasty letter?
No, change their font to make it look like a signature.
Oh, you'd think they would just type it.
Yeah.
Like
Or
normal, like Times New Roman.
take it out and sign it. I don't know.
I don't know.
So I think some info is redacted from, okay, that's what it was, to protect the family. Some of the info from the letters.
Oh, did it have like names and stuff?
Yeah, especially the kids. And to keep some info secret in an effort to catch whoever did that, like info that only the suspect or the writer would know.
That's smart.
Yeah. That's just a theory. Derek freaks out, obviously. He calls the police, who come over.
Could you imagine him just being like, junk mail?
I honestly don't.
It's a scam.
I just was like, if
what
I had even
what do you
opened
fucking do? You'd be like, obviously this wasn't addressed to me. It didn't say, hi, Derek. It said, hello, homeowner. It's no different than a Winn-Dixie ad.
Or like those ads
Current
that
resident.
you get that like are typed to make it look like it's handwriting.
Oh,
but
yes.
they
Like
actually
every
type
birthday
it.
card I get from Chewy.com for Murphy. I'm like, oh, someone hand signed this. No, they
Hi,
didn't.
homeowners. Do you need a new garage door? I don't fucking have a garage. God damn it.
And I'm not a homeowner.
Okay, so the police come over. They ask Derek some questions, but they're perplexed and suggest it was an enemy or someone who was outbid on the purchase of the house. The Broadduses did pay over asking price for the house, so I'm assuming that there were people that are outbid.
Mm-hmm. So they were probably pissy. Yep.
Mm-hmm. After he met with the popo, I thought that said poop. What was I on when I typed this? Derek heads back home to their old house where Maria and the kids were. He shows Maria the letter, and they decide to reach out to the sellers of the house by email to see if they've had any idea what this was all about.
The Woods.
Yes. Andrea Woods responds to the email from the Broadduses within hours. Good for you, Andrea, because I don't ever check my email.
Also, first of all, you need to check your email more often. Second of all,
I just have like so many. Why do I get like so many a day?
what if they were like, I have no idea what they're talking about with the Watcher.
Right.
When they were specifically named in the letter. I guess you're going to tell me how the conversation went.
Yes. Yes, I am.
I'm like, but what if?
She told them that a few days before moving out, they had also received a letter from the Watcher that stated their family and home had been watched for a long time, but they had no idea who sent the letter. Andrea also states that they never received a letter like that in the 23 years that they had lived there.
Wow. 23 years.
Mm-hmm. She didn't find the letter threatening, just odd, so they threw it away, which I feel like is like the response I would have.
So how did they get the letter then if they threw it away?
They didn't get the letter.
Oh, Andrea threw hers away.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I thought you were talking about Maria and Derek's letter, and I was like, but then how do we have a copy?
She didn't find it threatening, so they went down to the police station with her to give a statement. They all met the next day. The detective who took the information asked them not to discuss the letters with anyone, especially neighbors,
Or the media.
they could all be suspects. Maria and Derek are rightfully spooked. Their contractor reported that his company's large sign that was out front of the Broadduses' house, so like their advertisement,
Yeah.
those big signs.
Like whenever you get like a roof redone, the company always puts something in the yard.
Yeah.
Was it torn down?
So it was ripped out of the ground one night and thrown into the yard, but it was like a big wooden sign, like a huge one.
So it wasn't easy to do.
Yeah, like they had to, like they couldn't just put it in. They had to like dig post holes and put in a big, yeah.
Wow.
So like I feel like that one person couldn't have just removed that. Anyway,
Maybe they drove their car into it or something? Like tied some chains to it? I don't know.
didn't even think about that. So this could have been the Watcher or any one of their neighbors. It was like, why the fuck is there this big
Look at this.
advertisement sign?
It could literally be
Yeah.
just like a Karen,
Yeah.
like down the road, just being like, look at that ugly sign.
Exactly.
You're making the whole neighborhood look like shite.
At this point, I would have assumed it was just exactly what you said, an unhappy neighborhood Karen.
Yeah.
Like the whole thing.
Yep.
I mean, I still feel like that's what it is. It just like
Yeah,
got
maybe
out of
like
hand.
they didn't want kids in the neighborhood and they're just like, oh, this will get them out for sure.
I feel like there already were kids in the neighborhood. Like the
Oh, I don't
Woods,
know.
I think they had kids and they had like grown up there. Who knows? I think maybe they were just like unhappy about like the changes to the house and like then like having construction. Like I honestly think that's what it is, and it just got out of hand. And like obviously Derek and Maria were so upset because like when you move into a neighborhood, like you expect to kind of feel welcomed.
Yeah.
Especially if this was like your dream house. Like you have all these pictures in your head.
Especially
of, like,
if you spent $1.3 million on it. It better be fucking fantastic. Like your neighbors better be welcoming.
Like you picture your kids out like playing outside and like having block parties and barbecues, and now you're just like, wow, our neighbors hate us. Great.
And someone's vandalizing our signs.
It's like heartbreaking.
I mean,
after you spend that much money.
Like, I want to feel bad, but I'm also just like, you had $1.3 million to throw away on a house. So like, whatever. It's fine. You're doing
sour,
fine.
guys.
You're doing fine.
Derek and Maria are super cautious whenever they bring the kids over to the new house. Maria won't let them out of her sight. One day, a neighbor couple stops by to introduce themselves, and Derek proudly takes them on a tour.
Double ugh.
I know. At the end, as they're leaving, the wife says, "It'll be nice to have some young blood in the neighborhood."
And then Maria just like freaks out and smashes a chair on her head. It's you!
I don't think Maria was here for that, but no, if I was Derek, I'd be like, what the fuck did you just say?
One more time. One more time. Can I see your signature, please?
Roll that beautiful bean footage. Come on.
You know what? What if it was that couple? Because I bet they would want a tour of the house to see what renovations were being done.
Yeah.
Tisk, tisk, tisk.
Yeah.
You know?
I think we found our Karen, Derek. And like, that's just not a common enough saying.
Also, like, I don't know. Like, this was like semi-recent. You know? Who does that anymore? You don't just go up to a stranger's house and go, "Can I get a tour?"
Or just like knock on their door. Like, what if he's pooping?
What if he has dogs? Two different wavelengths.
Wow.
I don't know. It's weird. Like, I only just introduced myself to my neighbor this year when he like was just like, "You want some mangoes? My tree's exploding." And I was like, "Yeah, let me come over." That's a way to get me into your basement. Tell me there's free mangoes.
Any type of free food.
I don't know you. Let me just go in your backyard where no one can hear me scream.
I hide from my neighbors. Like if we pull up in the driveway at the same time, I'll sit in my car and wait till they get out and go inside.
See, my neighbors are very respectful. They don't like, we wave and then that's it. It's fine. There's no conversation that needs to be had unless there's mangoes involved.
Okay. Derek ends up canceling a work trip to stay close to his family because he was so on edge. On June 18th, they receive a second letter. This time, Maria finds it when she checks the mail, and they decide not to open it and bring it straight to the police. Yes, ma'am.
When was the first letter?
It was like 3 days after they moved in. June 2nd, 2014.
So this is like literally 1 month, right?
Yes.
Okay. He watched. He waited. Or she.
The letters were proven to be delivered by the USPS. And
why did that confuse you? There is only one mail carrier.
Because of the UPS, okay? USPS. I'm
they
dyslexic.
Don't do mail.
I know, but I almost said
UPS.
So I had to say it slowly and make sure I was reading it correctly.
Fair.
So it was actually like stamped and not just like someone dropped it in their mailbox.
So they could potentially see like where the stamp was.
Yeah, and the stamp was from just like the main mail processing area for like all of that residential area. Oh, so they couldn't
it was
really
someone in the neighborhood.
Yeah, they couldn't really
maybe
narrow it down.
Oh,
you're like it says it's a neighbor and it's from a neighbor.
Okay. Do people still lick stamps or are they sticky back now?
Stamps are sticky,
so there's no need to lick them anymore.
Yeah, there was no return address, but the Broaddus's name was handwritten on the front and it was not spelled correctly.
So he only heard them say their name, which means he was close enough to listen.
Yeah.
Ew. Or an even easier way to steal someone's identity or whatever, learn someone's identity, just go through their mailbox. What? All their names on the stuff.
I know.
If you like really want to know who someone is, boop. Oh, his name's Matthew, whatever the fuck, put it back in. I'm done. Goodbye. Now I don't have to hide in the woods and wait for someone to scream Dennis from across the house. What the fuck's the guy's name?
Derek.
I said Matthew and then I said Dennis. What is wrong with me?
So
Derek?
Here's a few passages from that second letter. Welcome again to your new home at 657
Boulevard.
The workers have been busy, and I have been watching you unload cartfuls of your personal belongings. Nope, carfuls.
I was like, were they using a wheelbarrow?
The dumpster is a nice touch. Have they found what is in the walls yet? In time they will. I am pleased to know your names now, and the name of your young blood you have brought to me. You certainly say their names often. 657
Boulevard
is anxious for you to move in. It has been years and years since the young blood ruled the hallways of the house. Have you found all of the secrets it holds yet? Will the young blood play in the basement? Or are they too afraid to go down there alone?
Why does this story excite me so much? It is so good. My legs are just covered in goosebumps.
I would be very afraid if I were them.
It gives me American Horror Story season 1 vibes.
It is
Murder
far
house.
away from the rest of the house. If you were upstairs, would you ever hear them scream? Will they sleep in the attic?
Why would anyone sleep in the attic?
Or will you all sleep on the second floor? Who has the bedrooms facing the street? I'll know as soon as you move in. It will help me to know who is in which bedroom. Then I can plan better. See, this letter would...
That freaks me out. And that one does sound menacing as fuck.
Yeah.
So, like, the first one is just like, okay, like, they're just, it's a prank, whatever. They're watching the house, sure. Yeah. But now they're talking about planning what's in the walls, screaming from the basement. Like,
yeah. All of the windows and doors in 657
Boulevard
allow me to watch you and track you as you move through the house. Who am I? I am the watcher, and I have been in control of 657 Boulevard for the better part of 2 decades now. The Woods family turned it over to you. It was their time to move on and kindly sold it when I asked them to. I pass by many times a day. 657
Boulevard
is my job, my life.
I think you need to get a hobby, sir.
Right? My obsession. And now you are too, Broadus family. Welcome to the product of your greed. Greed is what brought the past 3 families to 657
Boulevard.
And now it has brought you to me. Have a happy moving in day. You know I will be watching. So in some of the redacted parts, the writer mentions each kid by their nickname and birth order, which means that they were close enough to hear them and why they don't know the spelling of their last name.
Yeah. What would it take you to not take a sledgehammer to the walls to find the secrets within? Like, I would be like, well, gotta find it now. Gotta start smashing walls.
We're already
There's
doing
probably
renovation.
a dead body in the fucking walls or something. That's my first thought is there is a fucking body somewhere in this house. Bring in the cadaver dog. Come on now.
Maria and Derek felt like the writer was bragging about all the information they knew about the kids. One passage talks about one child specifically who sat on the back porch painting and asked if she was the artist of the family. Which was true. That child was painting on an easel on the back porch. Which really sucks.
So they really were watching. And they could see from the back porch.
Mm-hmm.
Does that any insight?
Yes. So it was only visible by a few neighbors and hidden from street view. So there's only like a few.
So that I feel like that narrows shit down a bit.
Yeah.
Sorry, I have to pull up.
Go to Apple Maps because Google Maps doesn't show you as good. Actually, Google Maps, the street view, they have completely blocked that house out. Like when you're going down the street,
really,
it goes from here and then it jumps.
The owner probably you can go on Google and request that your house be blocked out. Okay, Matthew,
but not on Apple. Apple, you can see everything.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. Ooh, gross. I'm the watcher now. Look at me watch.
Mm-hmm.
I'm watching you. Except there's a giant fucking tree in the way.
Yeah.
Wow. That is crystal clear. You can go on. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to see the back porch.
Yeah,
See what houses are around.
Yeah, so look at like the bird's eye view of it.
Okay, so that's the front of the house. So yeah, I mean, there's literally like one house, two houses. The one in the back and one on the side, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah, it's creepy.
Look at all that natural shade.
No.
$1.3 million. The fuck out of here.
They are not even sure if they're going to move in now. They're so scared. The police really had no way to help them. So Derek started his own investigation.
I'd just say, watch him back.
Right.
Cameras everywhere. Put cameras up.
He found one of the families, the Langfords, whose house bordered the Broaddus's backyard, and they were a bit odd to him. The family had lived there since the 60s when the watcher reported his father had begun watching the house. And the father of the Langford family had passed away when the writer of the letters said that he had now been watching. So it like kind of shows like
the
generational.
house that is visible to the back patio.
Mm-hmm. The Langford house was the closest to the back porch where the child was out painting.
And probably close enough to hear, you know, if they're standing in their backyard or whatever, oh, I'm just watering the garden, I can hear all the names being shouted, you know, Felicia, get your ass over here and fucking pick up your chalk. Felicia. I don't know.
The Langfords were odd. Peggy, the mom, was in her 90s now.
Karen.
And several of her adult children still lived there with her. Derek was suspicious of the youngest son, Michael.
How old was the youngest son?
Who knows? He was an adult. They were all adults.
So, like, did they live at the house with their old parents?
Yeah. Well, the dad was dead, and then like
the mom's
mom's
90,
90,
so yeah, she
and
probably
like
needs some help.
Some of the kids moved back in.
Cause mansion.
Yeah. The other neighbors told Derek he had never worked and rarely left the house, and he was just strange, but quote harmless.
Mm-hmm. That's what they all say. Yeah. You know who else was strange but harmless? Eddie Gein.
I feel like he was pretty harmless, yeah. No, he was pretty harmful.
Everybody said he was harmless. They literally said, oh, Eddie won't do anything bad. He watches the kids in the neighborhood. Oh, God. He was a babysitter.
When Derek brought his suspicions to the police, they actually brought Michael into the station for questioning. But he obviously denied knowing anything, and there's no evidence, so nothing came of it. Except for all the evidence that he's, like, who else would it fucking be?
Right, but that's all circumstantial. And if you know anything about circumstantial evidence...
It's still evidence.
I was going to say it's circumstantial. That's all I got.
Anyway. So Derek set up webcams, and Maria said he would stay up all night watching the house, trying to catch this person.
Well, they're not walking onto your property. They're watching. Yeah. So, like, unless you can zoom in real far on those webcams, it probably wouldn't do a whole lot.
The Broadduses also hired private investigators who staked out the house and ran background checks and investigated all the neighbors, but turned up nothing.
Nada.
They also hired Robert Linehan, a former FBI agent, to conduct a threat assessment. Linehan recognized several old-fashioned ticks in the letters that pointed to an older writer. The envelope was addressed to M/M Broaddus, so like Mr. and Mrs. Broaddus, M/M.
Okay.
What are you saving writing that?
Right?
Whatever.
Just put the Broadduses.
Right. The salutations included the day's weather, warm and humid, sunny and cool for a summer day.
Wait,
and
what?
It was just like
they put the weather in the letter? Weird. I've never heard of that, so maybe that is a really old person thing to do.
And the sentences had double spaces between them, which is an older style of typing. The letters suggested a voracious reader and had a surprising lack of profanity given the level of anger.
How could they tell it was angry?
It sounded
it definitely was like I don't know, I might be hiding in your basement, but I don't know if it was angry. He's like, I'm a happy clown. I'm a happy guy. I'm just in your basement. Don't come down here. You might scream.
No one will hear you scream.
Don't look in the walls either. It's fine. Everything's fine.
Linehan didn't think the Watcher was likely to act on the threats, but the letters had enough typos and errors to imply a certain erraticism.
Okay. See, there I see some rage, because you're not going to proofread in rage.
Yeah. And they like put the, what is it called?
Typos?
Typos in there. Like they wrote like 2, like with the wrong 2.
Mm-hmm.
And then they put like it's as like IT''s when it wasn't like it is. It was just like it. And they spelled their name wrong.
Yeah.
The first letter was dated Tuesday, June 4th, but that date was a Wednesday.
Okay, so maybe
More
this
mistakes.
guy doesn't leave the house very often.
Yeah. There was also a seething anger directed at the wealthy in particular. The Watcher was upset by new money moving into town. Are you one of those Hoboken transplants who are ruining Westfield? And by the broadest,
he called him some hobos, first of all. Are you one of those hobos?
one of those new money hobos.
I was like, what the hell's a Hoboken?
The house, here's another quote from a letter. The house is crying from all of the pain it is going through. You have changed it and made it so fancy. You are stealing its history.
I just wanted the moldy walls gone.
They used an apostrophe, so you were stealing it is history. It cries for the past and what used to be in the time when I roamed its halls. Again, the wrong it's. The 1960s were a good time for 657 Boulevard, when I ran from room to room, imagining the life with the rich occupants there. The house was full of life and young blood. Then it got old, and so did my father, but he kept watching until the day he died, and now I watch and wait for the day when the young blood will be mine again.
Okay, so hopefully this letter was taken to police, because he did just give away a lot of clues right there. Perhaps he used to live in the house with his father. Maybe he's angry because they got evicted or something like that.
I think it sounds like he definitely went in there, and but he was jealous.
Oh, but then didn't he say like his father was at the house all the time?
His father watched the house.
Okay. Now I'm getting like the show all confused with the facts that I know, and I'm just like, wait, which part was real and which was just Netflix?
That part about that teacher though,
yes,
remember that?
Yes, I'm pretty sure that's real.
That did happen. Yes. Okay. I didn't write about it in here because there's like so much to fucking write about.
Yeah. You do like a brief synopsis.
And
we can
already
just like do it later.
An hour in, but
fuck. It's fine. It's a good episode. It's good. It's fine.
One of the high school teachers did have an assignment to their students.
It was like write about your favorite house or something.
Write to a house.
Oh, yeah.
And like address it like to the house. Yeah. Like Dear 657 Boulevard.
And
so it was
wasn't it like that was one of his favorite houses growing up or something? Specifically.
One of the people in the show, I don't think
was in the show. Damn it.
I don't think that's real, but they did show a boy that visited the house who was obsessed, and I think he did write letters, whatever. I don't really remember.
I can't remember which was real and what was the show, but I'll have to. Yeah.
So Linehan recommended looking into former housekeepers or their descendants. Perhaps.
Oh, that's a good idea. Like a housekeeper that maybe brought her kid with her or something.
Perhaps the Watcher was jealous that the Broadduses had bought a home that the writer couldn't afford. It sounds like that to me.
Yeah.
But the focus remained on the Langfords. In cooperation with the Westfield police, the Broadduses sent a letter to the Langfords announcing plans to tear down the house, hoping to prompt a response. That nothing happened. Detective Lugo brought Michael Langford in for a second interview, but got nowhere. And his sister Abby, so Michael's sister Abby, accused the police of harassing their family. Eventually, the Broadduses hired Lee Levitt, a lawyer who met with several members of the Langford family, as well as their attorney, to show them the letters, along with the photos explaining how their home was one of the few vantage points from which the easel could be seen. The meeting grew tense, Levitt told him, and the Langfords insisted Michael was innocent. One night, Derek had a dream in which he confronted Peggy, so it's a 90-year-old lady.
This is a dream.
Yeah. And demanded she build an 8-foot fence between the properties. Get out there right now, old woman. Build the fucking fence.
I can't.
Maria was having other kinds of dreams. One night, she woke up to an especially vivid one about a man who lived nearby. He was wearing these boots and carrying a pitchfork and calling to the kids, and I couldn't get to them in time.
Ew.
Oh, that's horrible.
I don't like that.
Maria said she thought almost anyone could be the watcher, which made daily life feel like navigating a labyrinth of threats.
It's like having a stalker. You don't know who you are. You don't know what you're supposed to be on guard for, but like they could be anywhere and watching all the time. How do you even have a moment's peace?
Right. You don't. Like she says, even at Trader Joe's, she looked, she probed the faces of shoppers at Trader Joe's to see if any of them looked strangely at her kids, and spent hours Googling anyone who seemed suspicious. I'd probably do the same thing.
Yeah,
I probably wouldn't go to the grocery store.
I probably wouldn't move into that house.
They didn't.
Oh, they didn't?
No.
Oh, wow.
They
pulled out of the sale?
They're still doing construction at this time. They decided not to bring the kids by anymore, and they were not even sure if they were going to move in at this point.
Wow.
There were reasons to consider other suspects. For one thing, the police spoke to Michael before the second letter was sent, which would make sending 2 more especially reckless.
Yeah. Especially if he was on the radar. Yeah.
The Broadduses say that Lugo told them they wouldn't receive any more letters after he spoke to Michael. Then there
who's Lugo?
Their attorney.
Oh, I thought you said it was like Levitt.
I think that's Lugo Levitt is his full name.
Okay, sorry.
In the show, they show Michael as like, I don't know, almost like autistic older man that just lived with his parents, like just an odd guy. But in real life, Derek referred to him as a Boo Radley type, and I don't know what that means because I never. Sorry,
something just beep beeped on the thing. It was so loud. Oh. You're like, I forgot you're not wearing headphones, so I'm sorry I scared the shit out of you.
You did.
I'm sorry.
I thought you
loud.
saw something move.
Boo Radley. So Boo Radley's like the guy from like
To Kill a Mockingbird.
Huckleberry. Oh,
I knew that much.
Okay. Well, I'm out because I've never read that book.
I did not either, even though I did a whole report on it.
It was supposed to, like, everyone in the class was supposed to read it, and I'm like, I don't remember that at all. At all. But I remember, wasn't Boo Radley the guy that got Tom Sawyer to paint the fence? No?
I don't know. I know Boo Radley was into Kill a Mockingbird.
Maybe he was a farmer with a pitchfork.
Hold on. Pause music now, because now I have to.
Old Boo Radley. I'm not putting in pause music. That's so hard. Boo Radley. Yeah, he's like in the movie. He's dressed like, I don't know, like an old guy in a polo shirt. What
These are
makes
terrifying.
him special? He does look like a murderer.
In To Kill a Mockingbird, Boo Radley is described in different ways by different characters. So Jim describes Boo as an over 6 feet tall man.
Ew, look at this picture.
With
Why
yellow,
is that so spooky?
with yellow teeth, a scar across his face, and blood-stained hands from eating raw cats. Why did they let me read? They should have been reading this.
Look at this drawing. That one's really scary.
Oh, he looks like a zombie in that picture.
Yeah.
Scout describes Boo as having a white face with a shadow on his chin, thin cheeks, a wide mouth, shallow indentations. Okay, but like I want to know his personality.
Who really was Boo Radley? Oh my God, look, somebody actually Googled Boo Radley's personality. Wow. What's his personality like?
Kind but mentally underdeveloped recluse. That's exactly what I was picturing.
Eddie Gein. He's Eddie Gein.
That is terrifying. Okay.
Aww. He dislikes lights because he spends so much time in the dark. Oh, he has a childlike nature because he was locked inside his house when he was young. We got off topic. I don't know what happened.
Did. So
they said he was a Boo Radley type.
Yeah.
This is the Langford's son.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
The private investigator found 2 child sex offenders within a few blocks.
Ooh.
Bill Woodward, the Broaddus' house painter, had also noticed something strange.
Oh, no.
The couple behind 657
Boulevard
kept a pair of lawn chairs strangely close to the Broaddus' property. One day, he was looking out the window.
Behind, as in the Langfords.
I guess the other one. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Who knows? Because this is an older couple, but there was no... The dad had
No
died.
name. Okay.
One day I was looking out the window and I saw this older guy sitting in one of the chairs. He wasn't facing his house. He was facing the Broaddus'.
To be fair, look out that window right there. My chairs are facing my neighbor's house.
Yeah.
I'm the watcher.
Trying to picture. Oh, I don't have any chairs in my backyard.
I just don't know where to put them. Well, and like I watch my dogs poop, you know? And sometimes my house gets shade, so like I put my chairs close to the house and they face out to my neighbor's house. And they are in the middle of the yard. So I guess it does look kind of weird, but
and plus you have those binoculars that you just like watch your neighbors with.
Joint in one hand, binoculars in the other.
Sounds great, honestly. I love a pair of
You
binoculars.
should come over more often. We'll watch stuff.
Okay. But by the end of 2014, the investigation had stalled. The watcher had left no digital trail, no fingerprints, and no way to place someone at the scene of a crime that could have been hatched.
Wow,
from
no fingerprints on the letter.
Right.
That's insane.
The letters could be read closely for possible clues or dismissed as the nonsensical ramblings of a sociopath. It was like trying to find a needle in a haystack, said Scott Krause, who helped investigate the case for the Union County Prosecutor's Office. In December, the Westfield police told the Broaddus' they had run out of options. Derek showed the letters to his priest, who agreed to bless the house. What the fuck's that gonna do? Okay.
It's not a ghost, sir. It's not a demon. Demons don't write letters.
I mean, it's not gonna hurt, but like, come on.
Just what? Like what? Then what's it gonna help though?
After a few months, the renovations on the home were complete, but the Broaddus' were filled with anxiety at the thought of moving in. They could not put their children in harm's way. They had sold their old house, and so, left with no other choice, they moved in with Maria's parents. Still paying the mortgage and property taxes on the house they were terrified of. Letters were still coming, and the watcher was getting more unhinged.
Oh, more letters?
657
Boulevard
is turning on me. It
is
is
one
coming.
That's what one of the letters says?
Mm-hmm. It is coming after me. I don't understand why. What spell did you cast on it? It used to be my friend, and now it is my enemy.
Because they had a priest bless it.
I am in charge of 657 Boulevard. It is not in charge of me. I will fend off its bad things and wait for it to become good again.
Or, oh my God, or maybe he wrote that letter because the cops keep knocking at the door.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, oh, it's coming after me.
It will not punish me. I will rise again. I will be patient and wait for this to pass, and for you to bring the young blood back to me. 657
Boulevard
needs young blood.
Gross.
It needs you. Come back. Let the young blood play again like I once did. Let the young blood sleep in 657
Boulevard.
Stop changing it and let it alone.
Don't tell me what to do with my $1.3 million home. Yeah. Unless you want to pay the bills, I'm going to fucking knock out whatever I want.
Yeah.
I'm going to put in a sex swing. What are you going to do about it?
How's a sex swing different from a regular swing? Does it
you
have like
sex
foot
on
things?
it. Oh, and I think it does have foot things. It's like a spreader.
I'm going to throw up now.
I don't know. I don't have a sex swing. I don't think my roof could handle it. Just fall right in.
Even if
It's just
it
a
could,
wood frame house.
even if it could, like, I don't trust.
I could try to hang it from the tree outside, but that might be a little weird.
You could put like some like privacy screens up.
The Watcher.
It's still really hot out there.
It would be hotter in my sex swing.
Stop.
Steam on top of steam.
Ew.
Oh.
6 months after purchasing their dream home, they decide to list it for sale. But the rumors were spreading and ranged from a sexual predator to a stalker, and so buyers were not willing to risk it.
Really?
Maria and Derek also decided to disclose the letters to interested buyers because they felt it was the right thing to do. They had wished the Woods family had disclosed the letter they had gotten to the Broadduses before they moved in, and even brought them to court over it, which led to nothing because, like,
Yeah, but they also said that the Woods they only got one letter.
yeah. And
In the 23, that's my thing. They only got one letter in the 23 years that they lived there, and it wasn't threatening.
yeah, and like,
So either they're lying or,
right.
I don't know. And like, do you have to disclose the letter to someone if there aren't any kids in the house? You know? It wants young blood. What if you only bring in old blood? Sell it to some fucking snowbird. They're not going to be there 6 months out of the year anyway.
The situation spread to news stations, and many outlets wanted to speak with the Broadduses, but the police and lawyers told them not to speak publicly. Neighbors, the media...
They specifically told them not to go public with the letters, and they took it to the media.
Okay, yes, you're right.
Fucking dicks.
Neighbors, the media, online forums, and retired detectives all began to investigate as the story grew and gained national attention. A detective from the Westfield police station took over the case and obtained a DNA sample from the seal of one of the envelopes.
Fuck yes. I knew he was licking some. I'm like, first of all, how does possibly an older person who, like, you know, has older mannerisms of writing and stuff like that, how do they not lick the envelope anywhere? Like, really? From the stamp to, like, the little letter seal?
Mm-hmm.
I was only in my 20s when I found out that envelopes now have, like, the little peel-off sticker things.
Some of them, not all of them.
No, I used to have to literally dampen a Q-tip and run it along the edge, but some people just still go in like, ugh.
It tastes horrible.
It does. I don't like the taste. And I'm so scared I'm going to get a paper cut on my tongue. I would bleed out.
So it came back with no matches, but was determined to be female DNA.
You know what I'm thinking? Langford mom.
Or the sister.
Ooh, yeah.
Um,
She was like, you finished writing that letter, Michael?
See, I don't think Michael wrote the letters because to me they sounded like not like a like a simple-minded type person.
Do they think he's simple-minded?
That's what?
That's what you're picking up?
Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah, maybe it is a sister.
The neighbors were further investigated, but nothing turned up. Even when they convinced a security guard at a local mall to obtain a water bottle one of the neighbors drank out of, she was working there. And they got the security guard to get her water bottle after work out of the garbage.
Well, that's what I was just thinking is like, okay, so they don't have a match for the DNA, but they were able to see if it's female. So there is enough DNA there to link it to someone. Why don't they just go dumpster diving at the Langfords?
Mm-hmm. Rumors also suggested that the Broadduses were behind the whole thing due to realizing they had gotten in over their heads financially and thought they could either sue the Woods or they were trying to get an insurance payout for all their troubles.
Why would you do all that if there's some, it's like you don't even know for sure if you can even get a payout?
Yeah.
Like I can see them, like, I don't know, maybe trying to get like a discount on their house, but the deal was already done. You bought the house, you closed for that price. Like they're not gonna, you can't go to them and be like, I want some money back because of possibly a stalker. What? No.
Like the only way I could think of that is like Derek realizes he's in over his head, but he's not like man
like in the
enough
movie.
to, like,
it's like in the movie.
Yeah. Is that what happened? To admit to his wife?
I think in the movie or the show, he like he comes out and he's just like, okay, the second letter was me. Or something like that. But like the first one wasn't me.
Well, in real life, he did write a letter to like all the neighbors. Like, I think it was like a Christmas letter and just basically being like,
but he didn't write one of the letters to 657.
Mm-mm.
Okay. So like, again, like I don't know. I don't even know what that would have solved. Even if he did write one of the letters to himself, like what would that have?
Like all I can think of is like,
you just want clout.
I know this isn't like, this doesn't compare, but like with a family annihilator, when like they are in like a horrible financial situation, instead of like, you know, admitting to it and being embarrassed and all that. They just,
maybe he was just like, well, we can't move here because look at all these letters.
Yeah. And instead of like admitting that like financially he couldn't handle it.
Right.
And he didn't want like anyone like, oh, look at this $1 million house I have. Oh, now I don't have it.
No,
you know,
we have to move because of these threatening letters, not because I lost my job or whatever. Yeah.
But that's still a stretch. And all the rumors were unfounded and proven to be false. So
okay.
Investigators even requested Maria's DNA so they could match it to the envelope, but she proved the rumors wrong because the DNA did not match her. All the attention on the house stopped any potential buyers in their tracks.
Which is wild.
Yeah.
I mean, how exciting.
I know. Derek and Maria reached out to a real estate lawyer who gave them two suggestions. Either sell the house to the Department of Veteran Affairs to be turned into a halfway house.
Yeah, for like super cheap.
Or to sell to a property developer
where they would tear the whole thing down and like put up apartments.
Who plan to split the large property into two and build two homes on the smaller plots. So obviously the neighbors didn't want a halfway house. And in order to have the property developer split the property like before they sold it, they had to bring that proposal to the town planning board for approval,
which would probably never get approved because it's like 100-year-old home. They would never approve a historical home.
And it was a public forum. So in a public hearing, over 100 residents showed up to voice their concerns, and the board ruled against the Broaddus's proposal.
One of them was the Langfords. Was it?
I don't know. I wasn't there.
Damn it.
Soon after this decision, the family got some good news. They found someone who was willing to rent their home. They did ask for a clause in the lease to let them out in the case of another letter. Of course, the watcher had more up their sleeve.
Damn it.
When Derek stopped by the house one day, the renter handed him an envelope. So here is...
Is this going to give me the chilly willies again?
I don't know. You're an oddball, so here we go. Violet winds and bitter cold. To the vile and spiteful Derek and his wench of a wife, Maria.
Ouch!
You wonder who the watcher is? Turn around, you idiots. Maybe you even spoke to me. One of the so-called neighbors who has no idea who the watcher could be. Or maybe you do know and you are too scared to tell anyone. Good move. Revenge could come in many forms. Maybe a car accident. Maybe a fire. Maybe something as simple as a mild illness that never seems to go away, but makes you fall sick day after day. Day after day after day. Maybe the mysterious death of a pet. Loved ones suddenly die. Planes and cars and bicycles crash. Bones break. I walked by the news trucks when they took over my neighborhood and mocked me. I watched as you watched from the dark house in an attempt to find me. Telescopes and binoculars are wonderful inventions. 657 survived your attempted assault and stood strong with its army of supporters barricading its gates.
He knew about the public forum. That right there. He was there.
My soldiers of the Boulevard followed my orders to a T.
Yep.
They carried out their mission and saved the soul of 657
Boulevard
with my orders. All hail.
The fuck just happened? Is that in the letter? All hail what?
All hail. I can't do it. All hail the Watcher. I was trying to like.
Oh my God. Okay. He
All
has
hail
a
the
God
Watcher.
complex.
So fucking dramatic.
Wow. He's really angry.
Yeah.
That's really scary. I don't feel
All
like
hail
that's
the
female.
Watcher.
That took you 7 times to do. This doesn't feel female. The violence. I mean, I know females can be violent, but
Oh, you could be crazy.
are you the Watcher?
Uh.
I'm being the Watcher right now.
This did spook the renters, but they agreed to stay if Derek installed security cameras for them that covered the entire outside of
They're
the
like,
house.
that's fine. I don't mind a broken bone. Yeah. They're after you, Derek, not me.
Yeah. The rent didn't even cover the mortgage, let alone the property taxes. Eventually, the Broadduses were able to sell the home in 2019. The new owners have not received any letter from the Watcher.
Huh.
Maybe the Watcher died.
What? Or
they were an
was
old
it a
person.
closed sale?
No, all the information's public. I just didn't want to say their name. The home went for $950,000, so that's like way under what they paid.
Yeah.
And they had put a lot more money into updating the house and the upkeep of the house for all those years as well.
Yeah.
And property taxes and every fucking thing.
Wow.
Luckily, a $1 billion company swooped in. Do you know who that is?
Microsoft? What? I don't know.
The Broadduses sold the movie rights to Netflix for...
Oh. What the fuck was I thinking? Jesus Christ.
They sold the movie rights for a rumored amount of $10 million.
Oh, yeah, that covers it. You know what? Maybe they did fucking make it up for the movie deal. They saw how fucking Amityville was all just the book and the movie deal. None of that shit was real except for the DeFeo murders. Fuck.
And they lived happily ever after.
We've been duped.
I mean, maybe
You
I
just
didn't think
scared
about
my
that.
dog again.
She's okay.
That's a way out of this giant fucking bill.
Mm-hmm.
Netflix. And it was salacious.
Mm-hmm. But it took how many
Who
years?
was the female? Who was the female then? Because it wasn't Maria.
Maybe Derek got his daughter to lick the envelope.
Oh, he had a daughter. But couldn't they have seen if it was like familial?
I don't know how that works. Anyway, we're already at an hour and a half. A lot of it will be cut out. I think the beginning there was like 10 minutes. Where I
Like
just was
5 minutes
recording
of just
and
blank.
eating pasta.
Yeah, that's true. All right. Well, it's another longie. I'll be editing this all week.
I guess I'm writing another story. We're on a Tamara
Are you okay
binge.
with that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I will
Until you can
change
get your
my
laptop
story
up and going.
15 times. I know. I need to figure that out.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll just bring it to Best Buy
And see if they have.
and then not buy anything from it.
Well, just tell your mom, I know this is your laptop, but the cable broke. Can you just get another one? I'm sure she would.
Just get another laptop.
Yeah. They're like $200.
I know. That's why I was like $76 for a fucking charger.
I know.
It's
Yeah,
so
you might as well
stupid.
just get a new laptop.
Yeah.
I mean, we paid $500 for this one, which is more than I wanted to pay, but Matt wanted a big one for work. What are you looking at, you psycho?
The ghost walking around in your backyard.
I'm all spooked out. The Watcher.
Mm-hmm.
That was a good story, Tamara.
Thank you.
Thanks for
I
telling
know.
it.
It'll just always be in my brain. I'm just always going to think about it. But what if?
I'm gonna, once I'm done with Dexter, I'm gonna rewatch the show
Good idea.
because I forgot about it for a while there.
Yeah.
And it was like so good.
Mm-hmm.
It was really, really good.
All right, friends, rate, review, subscribe, send your creepy, crazy emails to
Fearfulfriendspodcast@gmail.com. I almost just said Boulevard. I was like, oh, it's my cue. Boulevard. Goodbye.
Do not send anything to 657 Boulevard, please.
You will be arrested.
That's not a good idea.
You cannot get another Netflix spinoff. Goodbye.